Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. This is a scene for Darkness in Dublin, the Changeling venue. In this particular scene, we're stepping into town looking at a particular space. The space we're looking at is a restaurant of a very familiar red cap for some of our viewers and players. This red cap happens to be Violet. Dear Violet, how does your restaurant look like?
She is a chef of the French cuisine, so it's a very classic look. Nice hardwood floors. Nothing too dark though. Uh, Creamy eggshell color for the walls. The the seats themselves are very comfortable. They have the cushions along the bottom and the back as well. Those are the expensive seats. And tablecloths with a place setting already set at the tables with small menus. And the menu changes quite often due to the seasons. And that it's a very elegant restaurant. It's well lit, but not overly bright. Mm. Also, you can see directly into the kitchen. The restaurant itself is I think I went with cuisine. A la cuisine,
Uh, it
which
is
is
in. Mhm.
which is just French for food.
Straight to the point. I like it. All right. It is in the later evening. The dinner rush has ebbed away, and people are cleaning up, starting to go home. A man will walk in. Sharp features is the first thing you'll notice. White blonde shock of hair, slicked back to the side. Pressed suit. It looks like tweed, and yet it works. It's got gray, no, silver eyes. And you can see pointed ears in that hair. His eyes dance around, looking for someone in management position. Kind of overlooks people who are cleaning, and he heads straight for the hostess. He'll murmur to her, and she will go to the back to look for Violet.
Violet will be um, paperwork, obviously, never ending in a restaurant. She'll look up at the hostess.
Miss Foster, there's a gentleman at the front who wishes to see you. He wouldn't give his name, but he gave me a card. It doesn't have anything on it, however. She'll kind of hand it over.
Mm-hmm.
Your
She'll take it.
hostess may not see anything, but you do.
Mm-hmm.
Scrawled on it in silver ink is the name James Sharp. And in the corner, there's a little house sigil for House Ilunid.
Hmm.
Do you recognize him? Would you like me to have you come to the front or have him come to the back?
She flips over the card, pretending she doesn't see anything. I'll go out to talk to him.
Okay, we're almost finished with the front. We just need to clean up the back and maybe what do you want to do with the rest of the leftover foods?
Um, there is. Of course, you guys can take home what you want, but after that, donate it to the homeless shelter.
Okay, the one on Main, two streets over.
Yeah. That one worked.
All right. Gotcha, boss. We'll leave you and Mr. Mysterious alone. If he gets weird, just, grab a wine bottle. We've got tons of them.
She'll gently pat the hostess on the shoulder. It's okay. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And she'll go out to talk to Mr. Sharp.
Just like the hostess said, there's no one out in the front. The rest of your crew is cleaning in the back. Ever so slightly, one or two will kind of pop their head out to kind of see what's going on, but then immediately go back to work. Mr. Sharp is, I wouldn't say he's leaning, he's more like draped over a seat.
Oh god, this is a she, isn't it?
Now, what gave you that impression?
Violet will.
He's flicking with the gold watch, moves his eyes and looks at you. So you are Miss Foster.
I am indeed. And she'll take a seat across from me.
He doesn't move much, but his eyes as he follows you down. Miss Foster, I was at a wedding recently, and I believe you catered to it.
Oh, yes.
I did quite enjoy the meal we had. The company was interesting. I will say this. It was interesting. But company can often be a mixed bag.
Mm-hmm.
As for your company, Miss Foster, I was intrigued. You showed such refined palate in the meals. Several courses indeed. All of it was both extravagant and simple, which I think worked for the couple. I am working on what you would call a tea party, which is neither simple nor is it much of a party. It is an event for the botanical gardens. I would like it if you could set up a menu for us and use your services for it. It is mostly for those who are not very shining
Hmm.
and just a little bit gray. Older folks, you understand.
Of course. So something with a mature palate, but something light
Yes.
and springy. Will be the tea also be what I provide?
Yes, I've some suggestions, if you don't mind. There is the chairman, one of the current chairmans, I believe, the Dublin Botanical Gardens owns a tea shop as well. I have to reach out to him to see what he would like to provide.
Mm-hmm.
He's also one of the more
I'm
shining members of the board.
I am particular to flower teas.
Considering he's a botanist, I think he would be too. So something that could work with beverages.
Hmm.
Simple palatable. We do have a member who's allergic to nuts. So if that would be in mind. And allergy attack would not work so well considering some of the members of the Tea Party are there for fundraising.
Alrighty.
But I do have a request. As this is a more higher profile event, it makes people shining in the right.
Alrighty.
Would I be able to sample some of the wares to see in a day or two?
Um, if you want, I can. Let's see. Something light. We would want to avoid pasta.
Mm-hmm.
However, lemon, no, with citrus. Maybe lemon vinaigrette salad, with pasta crumbles over the top, a couple of cranberries.
We do have an all-around pleasant bite and are often a good substitute for nuts.
Let's see. I have several ideas. And when is this to come? What is the date?
The event we hold will be in about a week and a half.
Okay. That should give me enough time. And you said you would like to come over in a couple of days to sample the menu?
Something that you can come up with quickly. But this is a sudden engagement, and that you have a busy restaurant to work with. If I could combine a few days, see just how good you are. Not many people who are aware of you. Quite so keen. I would like to impress them. Let them know that mixed company is not always bad company. And do you
Right.
understand?
Sorry.
Hmm?
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no.
Uh,
Please go on.
she'll say, in the right circles, I'm very well known. But let's see. If you would like to sample a dish, I can whip you one up right quick.
If that wouldn't be too much.
What's your favorite meal?
My favorite meal. When I was younger, my family moved to Sicily, from Sicily to Florence. There was a dish, something not everyone in my circles would be appealed to. It was a particular type of dish, stewed wisteria, slung with sauce, very heated sauce, topped off with a cheap glass of Chianti. Something so simple and yet so rich.
Alrighty. I have an idea. And she'll bow her head slightly. Pardon me for well prepared dish.
You know what? I will be here. And he will kind of further drape himself, shrug off the tweed jacket, and kind of just settle down as if he was made to sit in this chair, or this chair was made for him to sit in.
They are luxurious chairs. So okay, flatbread. Just gonna make the flatbread first. Or I'm gonna roll for the flatbread first, but she's cooking these at the same time.
No problem.
Oh shit. Okay, she tosses out that entire batch.
All right.
She knows she ruined it from the start, so she's just gonna toss it out.
Okay. You never gave him a time frame.
Yeah. And one more roll for flatbread. So that's 5 successes for the flatbread. Well,
Oh, nice.
improved. Mm, so 4 successes for the guts. So the guts, what were they typically? Are they typically stuffed or?
Something that would be stewed with spicy herbs and vegetables.
Okay. So she, of course, has to do Violet style. The flatbread. She's gonna do a little bit of sage mixed in,
Mm-hmm.
and just a touch of paprika. For the stewed guts, just gonna keep the batch small. You know, food waste is bad. Um, I really like. Okay, you know what mushroom linguine is out of character, right?
Yes.
So mushrooms fried in the and it's a real earthy sauce.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, she's gonna make a real earthy sauce similar to the mushroom sauce, and a little bit of salt and pepper just to bring out that earthiness.
Mm-hmm.
And for the guts themselves, she is going to season them with peppers and spices and just a real seasoned thing and fry them. Like cut them into strips, long strips, and fry them. Sorry, somebody came in here and didn't pay attention to Abner, so he's gonna cry about it. And get a real nice crisp on it, but not like, you know. So how she's gonna serve it is she's gonna put the earthy sauce in the bottom of the bowl, and she's gonna put the crisp guts on the like side of the bowl. Not like it's kind of dipped into the sauce, but still left out of it some. And a small side plate for the flatbread. She's also gonna bring like olive oil and truffle oil with the meal in case he likes that with his flatbread. But she'll bring it out.
He's in the same exact position as if he has not moved but a muscle and has waited patiently. When she serves the plates, he will slowly sit up because she're all dramatic. We'll slowly sit up, look it over, plating style, nods. Alright, alright. Well, gesture for Violet to sit down. Please. Miss Foster, as I taste this, tell me about yourself. When I do some rules.
Alrighty. She'll take a seat across. Most of my staff has gone home. Which self would you like to know about?
That which you feel comfortable. We are tentative business acquaintances. There is no need for you to tell me too much. But I am curious. Okay.
Wondering how I got into cooking. During my chrysalis,
Mm.
I was taken in by a bobbin who was also a chef. And I learned from him. And then
And Mr. Boggin,
had a happy life. Died of old age.
the way most of us hope. One more. Okay. He'll take a few bites. Be sure to drizzle just a bit of truffle on the flatbread. He scoops it up. Crunches. His eyes narrow.
I'm sorry, you got really quiet.
I'm so sorry. Okay. As she's talking, he drizzles just a bit of truffle on the flatbread, scoops up the stew, crunches onto it. His eyes narrow. Got a peculiar face as he chews. He's thinking. He's studying. He's dissecting Violet as he eats, trying to think, does this red cap have it? Or is this all just Void Frost propaganda as usual? Because Alexei has too much money.
Yes. Last country I was in France for about 5 years. It's lovely there. I love visiting France.
Chews and swallows, and without putting his elbows on the table, because that is just poor manners,
Mm-hmm.
he will temple his fingers and look at Violet. I am perplexed, and also very curious. It's a type of confusion that I've desired to know, but I'm not sure just if I need to. You
Oh,
cook well.
yes.
Very well.
Thank you.
And I'm not without my own prejudices, as it is common in my circles. You hold yourself to such a high degree, and I can see it in your food.
Oh, yeah. Like, both her chimerical seeming and her physical seeming are very clean. Like, her hair is not out of place. She has excellent posture.
You fried the guts delicately. Not much of a rushed job because it was a rushed piece. You brought this to me in about 40 minutes, which is a short amount of time when it comes to fine cuisine. And yet it doesn't feel rushed. My perplexion is, and if you don't mind, you do not have to answer. It is a curiosity. You have such a refined look about you. And it may be the shoe prejudice that I have. But I found that not many red cap have that. How much is it of you, and how much is just a mask you wear for the job?
Hmm.
Because I'm not as naive to think that you don't get clientele who are like us. I'm sure you get many who are. And I'm sure even some of your staff, maybe. All
Only a
around.
couple of dreamers.
Mm-hmm.
I do easily inspire people. Hashtag Solo the Muse.
Yes, inspiration is good to have, and it's good to be a source of, particularly in dreary times we live in. But you've not answered my question.
Is it?
How much of this refined chef is actually who you are? Completely? 50%?
Of course, we all wear masks, but food, food is what I love in life more than anything else. It's something. It's an art form, and it's a new unusual art. People can appreciate it visually as well as with their
With their
other
palate?
senses. But no, it isn't a facade. The refined chef. I hold myself to a higher standard. Oh, that was loud. I'm gonna mute this.
It's okay.
Um, I hold myself to a higher standard because it's what I expect from myself. It's, how I was raised before my chrysalis. And of course, refinement is a part of the job of a chef.
It is indeed. I'm not a particular mover and shaker in the court. I am technically a recent transplant. Most of my life has been in Italy, back and forth between here and the States. And I've come here for a business venture. I seem to be sticking around. The reason why I ask is because I too am in the culinary arts, which is why I've approached you for these. And I appreciate the honesty. And you are completely correct. Refining is a large portion of being a chef. You always have to be an example, control, even when it is incredibly hard to do so. Especially when it is incredibly hard to do so. I hope you don't believe me to be crass for asking. I needed to. Particularly because if you are catering our event, you will see many others who are like me, who will not be polite as to ask. They will simply say what they feel is correct in the moment. Judgment a bounty that may very well be far off as the dreaming is. So to know that you're not going to metaphorically and or literally bite their head off. Very, very good to know. Would be hard to explain at the board meeting.
I am quite good at practicing self control.
To be fair, I believe the fair shit of us should have that. But not many will put in the work for it. So I thank you for both this meal and the conversation.
Shall not.
He'll bring out a pen. Has a weight to it. You think it may very well actually be a gold pen? He'll write his name and contact information on a separate card. Chef Foster, I will be in contact with you in the next couple days. I'm going to reach out to the board runner, Mr. Stewart, for what could be a menu of floral teas. I will send the list to you and we can compile a menu together.
I do have an idea for desserts.
Do you
Lavender,
have a sweet tooth?
lavender flavored macaroons
Hmm.
with.
Sweet, little light.
She keeps the cream simple. Very, very light lemon cream.
Hmm. That would go well with quite a different bed of teas. Both blacks, chai, mints, greens. I think that would be a good idea for a dessert. Now, the hour grows late, and I'm sure you have plenty of work to do, even if your staff is leaving.
That is true.
You will stand up with fluid motion.
She will also stand up.
Kind of hold out his hand to take hers. If
She'll
she allows him, he will kiss the knuckles, as is polite. Chef Foster, I hope you have a good night.
you as well.
I believe we will be in touch. And with that, Mr. Sharp will walk out of the door. If you look at the dishes, you will also see he left like a 50-pound, he left like 3 50-pound notes right there.
Nice.
Your hostess. Pop her head out.
She'll give it to the hostess.
Miss Foster, is he gone?
Yes.
Did you get a name?
Mr. Sharp. He wants us to do a catering job for a tea party.
Does he not have email?
I have his phone number. We're going to be discussing a menu soon.
Ooh, okay. Hey, I've always wanted to work at a tea party. Oh,
She'll pick up the money and hand it to the hostess. The tip.
ooh. I'll split it with the rest of the guys tomorrow. Thanks, Miss Foster.
Have a nice night.
You too. All right, get home safe. It's summer. All sorts of weirdos are outside. Just gotta give her the I'm watching you look.
I will let you know. There's always weirdos.
I mean, true, but at least you're a chef. You've got knives on you. You're legally allowed to have them.
I have been taught to skillfully dismember joints with a knife. And under
So you're set. You still have to teach me how to do that, by the way. Just letting you know.
practice.
She kind of shoot you a wink as she too leaves the restaurant. And I think with that, we can end our scene here.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, anyone who's watching. Y'all have a good night. Bye.